Welcome to the Streamline to Scale podcast, where we help online business owners just like you go from 6 to 7 figures with ease. I'm Erin Persinger, and after years of working with companies to achieve sustainable growth, I've learned that the key to success lies in simplicity. Tune in to the Streamline to Scale podcast, where we're turning business dreams into reality. Hey there, welcome back to the Streamline to Scale podcast. I'm super excited that you're here today because we're going to talk about something that I see frequently discussed in the online space, and that is finding your unicorn VA. So recently in my Facebook group, the Ethical Hiring Hub, I asked the question, what is your biggest stressor when it comes to hiring? And I gave the option of finding your perfect unicorn VA or knowing what to delegate so you can have weekends off. Overwhelmingly, the answer was finding your unicorn VA across my social platforms. So when it comes to hiring, we hear the word quote unquote unicorn quite a bit. Today, we're going to talk about exactly what the unicorn hire is and some questions we asked to find that unicorn hire. But first, I will tell you a story about my client. We'll call her Tina. Tina was super duper good at her craft. So she was so skilled that she had been nominated for several awards in her profession. She was a driven, outgoing entrepreneur. She was just stuck trying to get to the next level. She's the breadwinner in her family. It was important to her that she elevated her business to elevate her life, but also to serve more clients because she has such a heart for service. So she hired 3 VAs in the past with no success at all. In fact, she had even started to make a joke about it, like she just wasn't cut out to manage people. And I will tell you that 100% proved to not be true because Tina has a team member now that continually tells me how amazing she is, how well they're treated, all those things. But she did start to think that it was not possible for her to hire someone to help her to the next level because she had had so much turnover. Not only that it was not possible, but also somebody who would not just stick around for a month or a week, but would stay with her long term. Within 21 days, we had found Tina's unicorn, quote unquote, team member. And today that unicorn team member has been with her for well over a year now. So it was, in fact, a successful hire. She comes back quite frequently and says, I can't believe you found this person. I'm blown away, continually blown away by the new things she adds to my business. So it is possible to find your unicorn team member just like we found Tina's. But first, so let me start by introducing myself. If you don't know, I'm Erin Persinger, CEO of Premier Virtual Operations and the host of the Ethical Hiring Hub, where we helped connect amazing entrepreneurs with phenomenal service providers. So if you're not a member there, please go jump on in. We would love to see you and chat with you. So we've helped multiple people bring their unicorn VAs onto their team. And these are unicorn team members across all areas, not even just VAs, but we've hired graphic designers, video editors, nutritionists for doctors, receptionists, all the things. So when we look at hiring a unicorn team member, there's a couple of things I want you to know. First, when we talk about a unicorn in the hiring space, everyone thinks of a unicorn as someone who can do all the things. Now, there's a couple problems with that. First off, no one comes to you as your unicorn. Yes, you find unicorn potential when you hire, the potential to become your unicorn. But unicorns are not born in the wild. We create them, right? They're created through animations. We add the horn, probably has a better name than a horn, but unicorns are created by us. And that's the same thing with your unicorn team member. What you do is you take an amazing team member and you turn them into your unicorn. And here's one of the big things that people forget about. When you're looking for a unicorn, the unicorn has to be specific to you, to your needs, to your business. That's why when you go out and people say there's no such thing as a unicorn VA, there is never one person that will be a unicorn VA to all the people in the world. What you need to do is find your specific unicorn, and you need to churn that person into your unicorn. You need to grow that person with your business. So you want to find a good fit first, and then you want to expand their potential to become your unicorn. And I promise, even in my own team, I have a unicorn. I have an assistant who can do all the things I need her to do. Now, my own assistant's been with me for almost 2 years now. So, of course, she's grown into what I need. And she does things every day that blows my mind. And I think sometimes blows her own mind because she's seen so much growth when she's been with me that it's been phenomenal. So when you think about a unicorn, don't go think about this person who is the one person who can do all the things out there in the online space. That person does not exist. There's no person out there that will be perfect for every hire every single time from the beginning. What the unicorn is it's your unicorn, your specific unicorn. And that's what we're looking for. So there are 3 questions that we asked before we went to help Tina find her unicorn. The first question was, what were Tina's values and the values of her business? Now, why does this matter? Because people always go out and they try to hire their unicorns based on skills. Their unicorns are the people that have skill set. They can build funnels. They can do graphic design. They can write copy. They can do all the things. And that's what people think of when they think of a unicorn team member. But really, a unicorn team member is a person that's going to stay with you and grow into what you need for your specific business. One huge indicator of if a team member will stay or not is if they align with the values of your business. Do they want to achieve the same mission that you're trying to achieve? It's the number one question you should ask. Before you ask about skills, before you ask about anything else, you need to make sure this person aligns with your values. I don't care if they have the best skill set in the world for the best price, for the best availability, for the best everything. If they do not align with your values, you will have turnover. They need to align not only with your personal values, but also with the mission and values of your team. So we often look for personality fits long before we look for skill sets. And we will amazing candidates with great resumes out at the very end of the interview process if we see that their values are not aligning with those of the client we're hiring for. So always, what are your values? That's the first question you want to ask whenever you hire your unicorn. The second question you want to ask are, what are your long-term goals? Because a unicorn will quickly turn into just another hire if you don't establish your long-term goals and grow that unicorn towards your long-term goals. Now, let me give you an example of this, why this is important. What if I hired you as an amazing assistant, but that assistant really wanted to transition into being a bookkeeper? But the problem is your long-term goals on your team had no place for a bookkeeper. You already have a bookkeeper on your team and you're crazy happy with this bookkeeper. You don't need another bookkeeper. But if you have hired someone whose long-term goal does not match your long-term goal, then suddenly you're left with team turnover. Or another good example, especially right now in the hiring market, is you hire someone that you want to stick around. You're looking for a long-term hire, but this person is just looking at your business as another step on their ladder to another career path. That happens all the time right now. So you want to make sure your long-term goals align with the long-term goals of the hire. You also want to establish long-term goals because you know the path you need your unicorn, quote unquote, team member to grow into. And so this is really how you transition people from just a phenomenal hire to a unicorn, because you see the path that they need to take. You put them on the path. You give them the tools and the education to support that path to move to the next level quicker and to help you further your business in the long run. And the third question we're going to ask is, what was bogging Tina down right now? What was the biggest stress point in her business at the current time? It was the one thing that she couldn't get past. She couldn't move to the next level because she had this blocking her in her business. This was eating up the most amount of her time. Now, why do we ask this? Because when you bring in your quote unquote unicorn, the more work they can take off your plate immediately, the bigger the result for you. And the bigger the ROI, and the more likely they are that they become your unicorn, because they've taken off the bulk of your work that you need pulled out of so you can move the business forward. Because at the end of the day, the unicorn is just a long-term hire who helps you grow your business quicker than you thought you could, right? Sometimes what you think is bogging you down is not really what's bogging you down. It's really not what's slowing you down in your business. That's why we have specific tools we use to figure out exactly what's bogging you down, how to get you to the next level. Time studies, you'll hear me talk about those things all the time in my other content. But those things you need to be especially aware of, because when you bring somebody in and they can take off the bulk of that work, allowing you to grow, then it lets you grow. It lets your unicorn grow. Everybody is moving the business forward faster. And that's what we want out of a unicorn. Because at the end of the day, if the business doesn't grow, it doesn't matter who you've hired. You're not going to get the ROI, right? Because the main goal is for your business to move to the next level, and it has to move there quickly because you have a new hire that you want a return on investment from. Let's face it, like at the end of the day, that's the reason you hired, to get to the next level. Your unicorn has to take you there. So the result, we asked these 3 questions. Within 21 days, we brought a candidate to Tina to help her move her business to the next level. The team member's been with her for well over a year now. They've expanded into new places. They've raised prices. They've pulled more clients. They've increased capacity. Tina has stepped out of work that she had no business being in as a business owner. And that's exactly what we want for you. We want you to find your unicorn VA. So much that we're actually running a masterclass about finding your perfect unicorn VA on Tuesday, July 11th. We would love to see you there. You can find the link in the show notes. Go ahead and sign up. This is a time-sensitive masterclass. Replays will be available, and we would love to see you there so we can help you move your business to the next level by finding your perfect unicorn assistant. So we'll see you there. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on next week's episode of Streamline to Scale podcast. Thanks for tuning in to the Streamline to Scale podcast. We hope you gained valuable insights on scaling and streamlining your business. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Remember, growing your online business can be easy. By focusing on developing lean, effective teams, creating simple systems, and implementing smart business practices, you can take your business to the next level. And if you're ready to take action and start growing your business today, head over to our website at premiervirtualoperations.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you reach your business goals. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode of Streamline to Scale.